Good morning and welcome to the David Wilson Out and About YouTube channel. Well, with the backdrop of the Wealden, Kent, I welcome you to Sissinghurst Castle. This is another one of my videos in the Kent walking series, which I tend to do mainly in the late autumn and winter months. I'm about 40 minutes away from home in Sissinghurst. There's some absolutely wonderful gardens here, but they're at their best in the spring and summer, so that will probably be another visit. So for today, this is just a very freezing cold countryside walk. We'll be walking around the estate of Sissinghurst Castle and just taking in the views over Kent. So yeah, if you fancy a freezing cold -2 brisk walk, then come along with me. Let's get going. Ground is frozen solid underfoot, which is actually quite nice because it means it's not too muddy, although I've got my Wellington boots on. So beautiful. You may have noticed that today I'm walking with a stick. I've bought some new trekking poles or Nordic poles, and I'm just trying them out one at a time. It's making recording extremely difficult, but I'm going to do my best. I've got to adapt because if I'm going on longer walks with uneven ground, I need help. Hence the stick. Some planes going overhead in the distance, probably out of Headcorn. There's a small airport there where a lot of light aircraft fly out of. Absolutely silent, dead silent, other than that plane going over. No bird song, no humans. More the point. I must admit I'm finding it quite difficult to film and walk with this stick at the moment, but I will get used to it, and I'm fairly well loaded up with a backpack on and bits and bobs, but I've got to do it. Yeah, the ground's quite uneven and a bit mushier here, so already the stick's coming in useful, and it's giving me support, at least for my right knee. Right, through the gate, and I believe we turn right here.
In 20 meters, turn right.
There you go, we turn right.
Now turn right.
What a day for filming. I want to pan to the left, but it's really bright there sun's low in the sky, so it'll just white out. So unfortunately I can't do that at the moment. I've just taken a minute to have a look around, take in the views. Tall shadow on the ground there as I approach the next gate. I think I've got to go through here, turn left, and then sharp right.
Now turn sharp left, then turn sharp right.
There you go. She's in my pocket, she's told me. Sending me all over the place, she is. Oh, this is unusual. Push down. Oh, right. Climb over and let it back up. Excellent. What a great gate. We're now doing a bit of lane bashing, as I call it. When we came through that gate just now, that push down gate, we could have actually stayed in that field, turned left and walked along the edge of the hedgerow, but it's very, very boggy and on an incline, and that would not be any, really wouldn't do my knees any good. So I'm going to take this lane and then we're going to cut back in, going upward, back across the fields. Well, we're turning right here, up that slight incline, and through by that fence.
Now turn left, then turn slightly right.
That's it. Back into the woods. Still hear the crow scarers going off.
Slightly right, then you will reach the pass point. In 40 meters, you will reach the pass point.
I really should turn that down a bit. I mean, I leave it in my pocket. I don't look at the maps very often. I just tend to leave it there, but then that's why it's turned up. I did think about connecting it to my earpods, but I've got a feeling that will be really distracting. More, see what I mean? More distracting than that, to be honest, if it's going directly into my ear while I'm trying to talk. Oh, trees look lovely bare. Into a nice wooded area now. Quite firm underfoot on the path at the moment, which is good, but the boots are extremely muddy, so it was wise to wear them. Although I tend not to like walking too far in wellies, normal type wellies, because there's not a lot of spring in them, if you like.
In 40 meters, turn left.
Well, she's doing her job, hopefully, not getting me lost. So you can see the mud on the floor, on the path, but it's rock solid here, so it's not coming off and messing up my boots and weighing me down.
In 40 meters, turn left.
You can probably hear the ice. The mud is so thick, and that's the ice breaking on the top. And then my foot's going down about 6 or 7 inches with each step. So you can imagine what this will be like when it thaws out. That's it, I'm through that bit.
Turn left.
Oh. Now I'm muddy, but I've got to change of shoes. Still all on my own. I think I've seen 2 dog walkers. There was a few people actually at the castle and the visitor centre, but other than that, I've only seen 2 dog walkers on this path.
Continue to another 50 meters.
Yuck. That's mucky. It's been a while since I've done a woodland walk. As I said earlier, I tend to save my Kent walks for late autumn, winter, as I have done this year. Obviously I'm more local to home, takes a bit less time with the travelling. A little uphill section now, with lots of mud, and gives me a chance to test out my knees, or knee, using the stick. And it's working very well actually. I'm impressed with that. Takes the edge off. Yeah, very good indeed. Well, we're now going downhill a ways. I've gone well off track. It's another case of, this is very slippery, so got to be having wits about me. Use the stick to help myself down. And again, yeah, really helping. Yeah, I'm doubling back because I lost the signal on my phone, and it's thrown me right out. Gone about half a mile the wrong way, so I'm doubling back a bit to pick up the original route. Be honest, let's be fair, you wouldn't know I was doubling back unless I was being honest. So I've got about a quarter of a mile to double back, and then fork left around the castle to pick up my original trail. But I did plan to do part of this, but like I said, I got in the woods, lost my signal. This is another reason why I should really go back to my Garmin and not rely on the phone. I've got a Garmin, is it E-Trex? I'm just not using it. It just doesn't lose signal, but it doesn't give audio commands like this, which can be very helpful. So you've literally got to be looking at it, whereas this you can, to a degree, sort of just listen for what she's saying, you know, turn left, turn right, 100 metres. But I definitely need to bring the Garmin either way. Hey, it's very sloshy. Be glad when I get back to the lane. Well, I found a little shortcut to save taking the lane, so I'm taking that. At least it's a different view. Onwards and upwards, as they say. I don't know if you can see it, I'm holding the camera up quite high on the stick. There's the castle in the distance, and that hedgerow about 300 yards away is the lane that I was walking down. So I'm sort of cutting across, turning right towards the castle, then I'll be chucking a left at some point and carrying on the estate walk. I can't get over this weather, although my face is absolutely freezing. It feels like a block of ice at the moment. Ears are okay. And as you probably noticed earlier, I've got probably the silliest hat I've ever worn on, but blimey is it warm. And if I want, I've got the ear flaps that I can fold down and look even weirder. But I don't need them yet. I'm too vain. Oh, someone's left the gate open. Oh, it's mud, 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 but it's fun. absolutely rock solid. There's large pools. I think it's still in the minuses at the moment. Well, there's a bench over here, so I think I'll have a sit down. My microphone needs a bit of charge. My DJI mic is playing up these days, so I'll sit down for 10 minutes, have a cup of coffee, and yeah, get some charge into it. Oh. Well, I'll tell you something for nothing. Walking on this mud ain't doing my knees many favours. I can really feel it impacting with every step. And wellies are not the best footwear, but I'm getting by. I'll crack on and hopefully get the complete walk done. As I said to you, as I may have said to you earlier, I tend to, on my rest days, I tend to always go out walking one day after I come off a shift because I need the rest, and then one day before I go back on shift because I need the rest after the walk, and it gives me a chance to do some editing. But unfortunately on this occasion, yesterday my knees were still hurting, so I've come out today and then I'm straight back to work, but fortunately only for 2 12-hour shifts, so hopefully I'll be able to get by. Then I've got another 2 days off, then 2 more. So complicated shift pattern, but it is what it is. Fingers crossed I'll be able to get through it. Oh, it's coffee and a sandwich time. Oh, it's lovely. Right, all fed and watered. It's very breezy up here, so I'm going to crack on, but it was nice to have some hot ground coffee. I made that at about 6:30 this morning and it's still hot at gone 12, so I'm really impressed with that little flask. Yep, let's crack on. Burning daylight. Well, as you can probably see by the abundance of apples on the floor, we're now cutting through an orchard. Even the apples are frozen. That sun is so bright. What a day. Well, I'm having all sorts of problems today. The mic battery died, put that on charge for a while, and then the camera, the Pocket 2 battery said 0 and died, even though I've actually got a power bank attached to the selfie stick. But I actually think it's the cold, because although it's in the minus temperatures, the wind chill is a lot lower temperature than that. There's ice and everywhere still, and we're talking about we're at 12:30 p.m. so it may just be that. Obviously I'll check it out once I get it in the warm. Hopefully it's not a big problem. So what I'm going to do now, I am having a few issues with my knees. It's probably not just the terrain, it's probably the wellies, because wellies are not the most comfortable thing to wear. I've been walking on a lot of uneven ground. On the positive side, the stick is working out brilliantly, not necessarily for filming, it's making it hard work, but actually for support I feel a lot better with the stick, and I'll work it out. I mean, at the moment we're in a thicker winter. I'm fully laden. I've got quite a few kilograms on my back. I have a camera equipment, coffee. I've got about 4 layers on. You know, it's not ideal when you're walking with sticks and trying to film. So, but you know, I'm doing my best. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take a quick walk. I'm not going to go into the house or so much into the gardens. I'm just going to take a quick walk around it, probably set it to music, or I may do a bit of talking over, and then we'll call it quits there, because I've got about another 2 hours of daylight. So if I spend another hour here, I want to sort of be hitting the road. Right, let's go. Well, I'm back at the car now. Yeah, it was an enjoyable walk. It wasn't quite the walk I expected. I went off route quite a bit, had a double back on myself. I knew it was going to be very muddy, but what was making it worse, well, that would have made it slippery, but the ice meant there was a lot of ridges, so it's caused a few issues with my right knee, so I really need to give it some rest now before work tomorrow. But enjoyable and an absolutely cracking day, as you can see. So anyway, I do hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye for now.